Hello and Bula family from beautiful Fiji. You've heard right, I'm not sitting in front of a wallpaper. This is all real and I can't wait to run you through another yoga latte session with me in front of this beautiful scenery. Alright, yoga lattes, a mix of yoga and Pilates, so we get the best out of both. You loved the last one I did, so I thought we're gonna bring it back. Let's start standing at the front of our yoga mat. Have your feet hip-width distance apart, spread your toes, stick them into your yoga mat, pull your whole body long, roll those shoulder heads back, have your hands placed beside your hips, and then pull the top of the head up towards the skies. Let's start with our breath first, becoming aware of it and gently lengthening the breath into the stomach. Maybe up to into the chest from here, and then exhale out and feel how you really root and ground through your whole body, your whole being, arriving where you are at. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling deeply, exhaling out. Let's begin. Swipe your arms over your head. Take a deep breath in as you do so. With an exhale, come into a forward fold, keeping the spine nice and long, and then leaning into that created length. Come into a half lift. Inhale. With an exhale, fold back over your legs. Reverse your swan dive, softly bending the knees. Bring the hands beside your hips. Rise up. Inhale. Straight back into a second round. Exhale, forward fold. Come into a half lift. Inhale. Lean into that length and bow down a little more. Reverse your swan dive. Soften your knees. Sweep your arms back and around. Come all the way up. Inhale. 2 more rounds. Exhale. Feel how your whole body starts to warm up, how there is length coming to the posterior chain of your body. And a gentle massage to the front side of your body. Reverse your swan dive. Come back up with me one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Open your arms. Slingshot your heart forward. Lean into your toes. Dive deep. Come into half lift. Inhale. Pull your whole body long, long, long. And then bend your knees so you can ground your hands down towards the floor. Free your right foot, reach it all the way to the back of the room. Bending into the left knee to tap that foot down. Drop your right knee down towards the earth. Sweep your arms back and around to come up into low lunge. Inhale. Have your pelvis neutral here. Lift your pubic bone up towards your navel and then sink down towards your left heel. With an exhale out, come into a half split. And then move back forward again into a low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, let your hands come back down to frame your left foot. Tuck your right toes under, float that right knee off the floor. And then step it back, come into a downward facing dog. Shake your head loose, wiggle your hips loose. I feel a bit rusty. That island life really sank into every fiber, every cell of my body. But that feels good now to stretch it out. The laziness. Lift your heels up high, draw your chin towards your chest, round your way forward, coming into high plank. Inhale. And then let's hold it here for a second. Bring your shoulders really on top of your wrists, or maybe even a little bit further, more on top of your fingertips. And then start to stir your shoulders over your wrist. No big circles, it can be very tiny, maybe hardly visible for anyone, but you feel it. And then go the other way around, trying to keep those arms strong. Your bicep is flexed. Keep on pressing your hands downwards. And then release and come back to your center, pressing it back up into a downward facing dog. Connect the big toes at the end of the yoga mat. Free your right leg, bring it all the way up towards the sky. Inhale. With an exhale, bend your right knee and pull it to the outside of your right tricep. Squeeze. Let's go back up again, three-legged down dog. Inhale. Second round, bring that right knee again to the outside of your right tricep, and then step that right foot down. Drop that left knee down towards earth, and then free your right arm to the front, up towards the sky, all the way to the back of the room. Feel how your heart is charging up towards the sky. Your right roller rolls back, your left side of your ribcage scoops up. Staying here for another breath in. And then bring that right arm back to the front, to the inside of your right hand. Tuck your left toes under, lift that left knee off the floor, and then join with your left foot to the front of the yoga mat, to the outside of your left hand. Let's sit down here, coming into Malasana. Your elbows can assist you to keep those knees nice and wide as you sink your bum deeper and deeper down towards your heels. And in between, your spine fully extends unfurls. Find a little more freedom in your hips and wiggle from side to side. Be here for another breath in. Exhale, find your forward fold. Heel to walk your feet back to neutral, hip width distance. Soften your knees, reverse your swan dive, come all the way up, stand nice and tall. Inhale. Hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Beautiful. Free your hands, let them sit beside your hips. And then from here, squat down and rise your arms overhead. Come into a squat with me. So take a moment here to find your right alignment. Watch your knees first. Don't let them fall into each other. Keep them on top of the pinkies of your feet. So it's not just on top of your ankles, it's almost like, oh, you press them slightly apart. And that pressing apart comes from an external rotation from your thigh bone. So it's not just the knees going apart, rolling on the knife edges of your feet. It's like a rotation in your thigh bones. And with that, the knees turn on top of the toes. And this actually activates your glutes and your quads. Have your belly drawn towards your spine and find space in your lower back. Your arms are reaching up high. Take another breath in, and then let's sink a little lower, exhale out. Take another breath in, sink a little lower, exhale out. Let's go for 2 more, in and out. Beautiful. Stay now where you are. If your hands and your shoulders are getting a bit too heavy, place your hands on your shoulders. If you can, keep them up there. Free your right heel up, come back down, left heel up and down. Beautiful. If someone is just looking at your head, that person wouldn't even notice any movement within the body. It just all happens below the belly button. So move slow with control. Give me another 8 here. You got this. Maybe sinking even a little lower for those last 7, 6, 5. Wonderful. 4, 3. Almost there. 2. Your last one. Ooh. Forward, forward from here, letting everything hang. Come into a half lift, inhale, free your left leg and step it right through to the end. Lowering the left knee down and then find your low lunge here, arms over your head. Pelvis neutral in, sink down to your right heel legs. Come into your half split, inhale, keeping the spine nice and long. And then move back again, inhale. Hands frame right foot, tuck your left toes under, step it back, downward facing dog. Roll forward, coming into high plank, inhale. Find your plank here and freeze for a second. Tuck your tailbone under and with that connect the front of the hips with your ribs. Try to keep them connected. The closer the feet, the more challenging it is. So find something that works for you. Free your right hand, lift that right arm up in front of you in. Coming all the way, bend past your hip so you can touch your own hip with your right fingertips. Inhale, lengthen again, and then set that right hand down. You're going to switch sides. Left arm reaches long out in front of you. Inhale, bend your left elbow, go past your hip, and touch the outer hip with your left fingertips. Inhale to lengthen again, and then down. Right hand, in, exhale, inhale, and back down towards the floor. So now, you're familiar with the movement, so I throw something else at you. Can you focus a little more on your hips and try to keep them super, super still? Inhale, exhale, tap. Inhale to lengthen and back down. Left hand, one more time, you're almost there. Inhale, pass your hip, tap your hip. Inhale, lengthen, come back down. Now come into your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Connect the big toes at the end of the yoga mat. It's your left foot that rises up high. In. Curl your left knee and bring it all the way to the outside of your left tricep. Squeeze, 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 and hollow up towards the sky. Yes! Inhale. And then step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Well done. Right knee can ground. You can settle. And then from here, free your left arm to the front, to the sky, and then all the way around. Stretching into those tight hips. Opening that tight chest. Letting your heart shine up towards the sky. Infuse another breath here and then release and let your left hand come back down to the front. Tuck your right toes under and then step that right foot all the way out. Squat down, come into your malasana. Lengthen your spine here. Find freedom in your hips. Beautiful. And then let's bring in some action again, some Pilates fire. So we're going to go up a little higher and we find our sumo squat, and for that one you probably want to shuffle your feet even further apart so you're not even on your yoga mat anymore. We manage to have our shoulders on top of our hips. Bring your arms over your head. Inhale with an exhale. Squat down. Try to tap the floor. Leaning forward. Inhale. Straighten your legs all the way up and going back down. In. Exhale. Squat and tap. So even though I reach the floor, and that means I have to lean forward with my shoulders slightly, I try to stay straight in my spine. Beautiful. Coming down and back up. That's it. Good. Keep it working. So here's another task for you to focus on. Can you keep on pressing those knees back in space so they don't drop forward? Yes. So we actually stretch our hips at the same time. Woo. As we strengthen them. Let's go for another 4 here. Nice. 3. Good job. 2. And your last one. Well done. Straighten your legs, bring your arms over your head, open them to the sides, and then close your feet back together. Back into our Tadasana shape. From here, let's begin again. Bring your arms over your head, take a deep breath in. With an exhale out, find your swan dive over your legs, exhaling out. Come into half lift here. Inhale, stay here with me. Your left hand is somewhere on the floor. If you need a block for it, go ahead and grab one. Then bend your left knee, free your right arm, bring it all the way up towards the sky. Reach with your right hand around your lower back and rest it there, or if your left thigh is in your reach, grab it with your right hand. Roll that right shoulder just a slight back further, just slightly further back, and roll that right shoulder more and more open. Stay here for another breath in. Exhale out. Beautiful. Let's switch sides. Drop your right hand down to the floor. Free your left hand and bring it all the way up towards the sky. Then reach with your left arm around your lower back. Maybe you can grab the fleshy bit of your right thigh. And then roll that left shoulder more and more back. Oh, staying here for another breath in. Exhaling out. Free your left hand, coming back into a forward fold. Half lift, free your right leg and step it right through to the very end of the yoga mat. Turn your right heel down towards earth. Cartwheel your arms up high. Come with me into your warrior two. Have that left knee on top of your left ankle, sinking a little deeper into it, drawing the navel towards the spine, lengthening the arms. Stay here for another breath in, and then reverse your warrior. Beautiful. Bring length to that left side body. That's it. Then cartwheel your hands back down and place that left hand on the outside of your left foot. So you might have to come a little higher on your fingertips to make that next one work, but you can make it work. Bring your right fingertips right to the top of the yoga mat as well. And then lean into your left hand a little more and see if you can free that left foot to bring it down towards your right foot. And we end up in a side plank position with that left leg being kind of loose, all right? This is where we work. Take a deep breath in to prepare. With an exhale, bring your left knee and your right elbow together in front of your chest. Tap, and then extend long again. Exhale, crunch, tap, inhale. Beautiful. So if this is a little bit too much, work with your right leg instead of your left leg and come down onto that left knee. Exhale, tap, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, tap, inhale to lengthen. Let's do another 2. I know you can do that. Let's go for one more. And then reset. Bring both hands back down, uncross your legs and find your plank position. Take a breath in to lengthen from the heel to the top of the head. Then bend your elbows to the back of the room and come into Chaturanga. Inhale, diving forward and upwards. Ah, beautiful. From here, stay on your knees. Tuck your toes under. And then bring your hands a little further in so they sit underneath your shoulders. Float your knees off the floor and come into tabletop position. Keep your spine nice and long. Inhale. Exhale out. Give me another 2 here in. Exhale out. Last one in. Exhale out. And then find your downward facing dog. Connect the big toes at the end of the yoga mat for your right leg and bring it up towards the sky. Inhale. Curl your right knee into your chest. Come all the way through between your hands. Beautiful. Find your crescent lunge from here, so keep your left knee lifted as you rise up high in. With an exhale out, bow over that right leg. Float that left leg up behind you. Come into your warrior 3. Let your right hand find the floor underneath and lift your left fingertips up towards the sky. And with that, start to open up into your half moon pose. Rolling left hip more and more on top of the right hip, left shoulder more and more on top of that right shoulder. Stay in here for another breath in. And then exhale out. Let your left hand come down beside your right hand. Cross your left shin across the yoga mat behind that right ankle. And with that, come down into seated position. That's it. Well done. Once we're on our back, we uncross our legs. We dig our heels into the ground. We lift those toes towards our shins so our legs are charged. You start on your sit bones, extend your spine long, have your hands on top of your knees. Take a breath in. With an exhale, slowly lower vertebrae at the time down towards the floor, just before the top of your shoulder blades would hit the ground. From here, slowly start to curl back up again. We really take out the pace here. We move super slow and we try to keep the pace the whole time through, so it never changes, which makes it a bit harder, because normally at the point where we reverse a movement is where we want to accelerate and use a little bit of momentum, which is kind of cheating. So if you can do it without that acceleration, please do. So you're really challenging yourself. Wonderful. Almost there. Let's go for one more. All the way up, 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 on top of your knees. And then slowly release and come back down, this time all the way down. Tuck both of your knees into your chest. Bring both legs up towards the sky. We start single-legged first. Press your sacrum into the ground. Press your lower back into an imprint position so the core is turned on, and then have your heels more on top of your hips. So if you're really flexible, you probably can have your feet somewhere resting on top of your chest, which takes away the work from the core. So even if you have the flexibility, keep them on top of your hips. So right leg first, gonna go down towards the ground, tap, and back up, close. Left leg down to the floor, tap, and back up. Wonderful. Right leg down again, nice. Left leg down again. Let's go just for another 4 here. And 3. Oh, I'm starting to warm up. I love that. Sweaty pearls on my skin. Wonderful. Both legs at the same time now, if you can. Bring them down to the ground and back up. Keep on squeezing your ankles into each other, or start now to squeeze your ankles into each other, I should say. So if this is a bit too challenging, you can always pop your hands underneath your sacrum, or you can bend your knees slightly, or even big times, 90 degrees, and work with that. Beautiful. And then give me another 4 here. Another 3, exhaling out, dropping those legs. Oh, from a strong core, pick those legs back up. 2 more. And your last one. Beautiful, then come back up, drop that right leg back down again to the floor, but stop just before it would touch the ground. Now this is our starting position. Bring your hands behind your head. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, let's crunch up. Right elbow finds left knee, tap. Switch your legs as you lower head back down. So the next crunch can be then up towards that right knee. Drop head, switch legs. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, swap. Inhale, swap. Inhale, swap. Give me another 4. Inhale, swap. Inhale, swap. Last 2. Last one. Wonderful. Both legs back up towards the sky. Arms are going to go up towards the sky too. We drop our left leg now first. Then crunch up and try to tap your hands together behind that right leg. Sweep your arms back over your head as you swap your legs. Crunching up. Inhale, swap. Exhale, crunch up, tap. Inhale, swap. Exhale, crunch up, tap. Beautiful. Arms are going overhead every time that leg swaps, and the head touches down towards the ground. So we have a full rep, full range of our rep. Last 2. And our last one here. Well done. Tuck both of your knees into your chest and then use your legs to rock yourself back up into seated position. Come either over your crossed legs, or if this is not available for you, then try any other way. We are going to meet again in our downward facing dog. Take a breath in here. Exhale out. Reach with your right leg up towards the sky. Inhale. And then come all the way through between your hands. Exhale out. From here, rise up. Come into your crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, bend that left knee. Pull it simultaneously towards your right heel as you tap it down. Coming back up, straightening both of the legs. Low and up. Beautiful. Come low and up. Come low and up. Another 4 here. 3, 2, and your last one. Tap. Come back up. From here, big step to the front of the yoga mat. Have your feet hip width distance apart, your hands by your hips. Take a deep breath in, reach with your arms over your head. Inhale, swan dive over your legs, exhaling out. Come into half lift. Have your left hand grounded. Use a block if you need to. Bend your left knee, reach with your right arm up towards the sky, around your lower back. Hold on to your left thigh if it's there for you, and let your arm just rest around your lower back. Shuffle that left hand a little further out so it sits on the outside of your left foot. Push downwards into your left hand, into your left foot. Left knee can be bent. And then pick that right foot off the floor without kicking it to the end of the yoga mat. So my toes are still in alignment. Draw your navel towards your spine. Then from here, lift that right leg up towards the sky and back down. So when you lift it up to the side, try to stay in alignment with your left toes and then surprise yourself that how high you actually can lift that right leg up. It's a beautiful exercise to strengthen those hips and opening them up at the same time. Something that doesn't happen really often, but is so beneficial for it. Beautiful. Come all the way up and then hold it here. Then rotate it, level to the floor all the way to the end of the yoga mat, but don't drop that foot down. And then bring it back the same way again, all the way around, round, round, round. Beautiful. Flexing the right foot really helps to have that leg charged, kicking it back to the end of the yoga mat, and then rotate it back so it sits beside your hip. Let's do that just 2 more times. You got this. The left leg is also doing a lot of work. I know. Oh, I know. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. But you can do that. Stay here with me just for the last one. And then drop it down. Well done, everyone. Come into a forward fold here. Whew. And then let's do the second side. So our right hand has to be grounded. You know now why. You need that support. Lift your left arm up high towards the sky. And then give yourself a cuddle of support. Right hand can shuffle a little further out. Then lift your left toes off the floor. Left foot off the floor. Keep the toes in alignment. Lift left leg up. Come back down. All the way up. And back down. Let's go for 2 more. You got this in you. I know it. I believe in you. Last one is only half one because we stay up here. Now bring that leg around and behind you. Squeeze. And bring it back around. And remember, this is not just strengthening. It's actually also lengthening. So don't shortcut yourself. Work into that range where it feels like a lengthening exercise, where it feels like a good stretch. Oh, poker face. Finish this last one super, super strong. And now you can do it. And then set that left foot down beside your right foot. Well done. Drop over your legs. Shake everything out. Come into half lift. Inhale. Free your left foot and step it right through to the very end of the yoga mat. Turn that left heel down and then cartwheel your arms up into your warrior two over on the other side. Sinking into it. Arms are straight. Power in our legs. Reverse your warrior. Stretching long into that right oblique. You're gonna strengthen it in a second. Let's come all the way down into extended side angle with your right hand on the outside of that right foot. Left arm is reaching long, and then walk that right foot away, bring it all the way down to your left ankle and cross here. This is our starting point. You can drop down onto that right knee and work with your left leg instead if this is too strong. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bring knee and elbow together. Tap. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, pull. Tap. Inhale to lengthen. Oh, power through those last 2. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's do the last one. Wonderful. And then turn back into plank position. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Coming forward and upwards. Find your cobra. Inhale. And then stay kneeling. Push back and bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Have those toes tucked. Lift your knees off the floor. Stay here. So you can just enjoy a second round of that, or if it's okay for you, let's float. Right foot off the floor, kick your own butt, and right foot back down to the ground. Left foot off the floor, kick your own butt, heel to sit bone and down. Up, tap, down, up, tap, down, up, tap, down, up, tap. Yes, you're looking good. Up, tap, down, let's go. Up, tap. Nice, another 2. Last one. Well done. Come into a downward facing dog. 2 breaths here to recover in. Exhale out. 1 more in. Exhale out. So your left leg this time that lifts up high to the sky. And then curl your left knee into your chest and step it all the way through between your hands. Beautiful. From here, come up into a crescent lunge. Rise up nice and tall. Inhale. Finding your warrior 3 from here. Exhaling out. From here, drop your left hand down to the floor. Right fingertips are reaching up towards the sky. And with that, come into your half moon pose. Over on the other side. I'm really hanging here onto the edge of my little plateau. Which makes it scary, even though you can't fall anywhere. But that's just how our mind works, doesn't it? Like balancing on one leg on the floor feels so much easier than when you're up high somewhere, even though the skill is the same. But that's a beautiful lesson as well that kind of is taught here. We just need to stay present and drop into our body and we will be fine. All right, staying here for 1 more breath. And then let your right hand come back down to this floor. Bring your right shin across the yoga mat behind your left leg so you can come into a seated position. Well done. And dig both of your heels again into the ground. We're back to a second round here. Hands start on top of your knees. Then curl your tailbone under and roll off your sit bones just slightly so you can float, if you can, your feet off the floor. Press your ankles and your knees into each other, and then let's create a pistol with our hands, pressing index finger into each other. Take a breath in. With an exhale, cut over to the right side, over your head with your pistol to the left, in, to the right, in, to the left. Every time you lift those arms over your head, take a deep breath in, and also extend your spine a little longer. That's it. Good. In and X. In and X. Give me another 4 here. You can do it. 3, 2, and your last one. Well done. Open your hands. Have them just beside your knees, helping you to balance. It's your right leg that pulls long. Bring it back in. Left leg pulls long. Knees back beside each other. Right leg long. And good. Keep on drawing your navel towards your spine. So you still have that C curve. You want to have that croissant shape. Yes. Beautiful. And then give me another 4 here. You can do it. Another 3 and 2 and your last one. Well done. Back to our pistol. We have 1 more set here. We're gonna pull our knees to the outside of our shoulders and our pistol shoots over our toes. Then from here you're gonna open up your hips fully and completely. You lengthen your legs and you come more onto your lower back and then pull everything up again. Pistol over toes and come low. Pistol over toes and come low. Yes, good. Let's do it. Woo! This is halfway. Another 4, 3, 2. You don't have to rush that. And your last one. Well done. Find your way down. If you want to do another half pistol, go ahead and do so. Bring your knees into your chest. Kick those legs up towards the sky. Drop your right leg down to the floor. This time it can stay there. Place your right hand on your hip, on your right hip. Extend your left arm over towards the left side in alignment with your left shoulder. Open that left leg to the side, down towards your right foot, and then along your center column, pull that left leg back on top of your hip. Open to the side, down to your right foot, and back up. Wonderful. So again, an exercise I love to describe it as a hip flossing exercise. We open into our left hip at the same time. We strengthen that left hip. Let's go for another 3. 2 more. Wonderful. And your last one. That's it. Then bring your hands behind your head. Float that right foot again off the floor, just a centimeter. This time we're gonna go double speed. So we switch from one side, right elbow to left knee, right over to the other side, and the head stays up in the air. The breathing is still the same. Whenever we crunch, we exhale out. The inhale normally comes by itself. So if you focus on the exhale only, the rest will do its job by itself. So we're really just pressing that breath out, which helps us to engage a little more around that core, that powerhouse. So it's a different breathing to yoga. So we have to be on the ball here, switching it up between yoga and Pilates, between the different exercises. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, last one. And then stay here with your right leg up and the left leg can ground and drop to the floor. Left hand on your left hip, right arm goes in extension to the side. Open your right leg to the side, down to your left and back up. Open to the side, heels together and back up. Wonderful. One hip might feel a little crunchier than the other. Crunch is good, right? Crunch is yummy. Who doesn't like a good crunch? Well, maybe not so much in the hips, but also most of the times it's nothing to worry about. It just means that a tendon is jumping over bone because it is a bit tight, as long as it's not painful. So one thing that can help if it feels really crunchy is to work even more on that imprint position. Press your lower back into the ground. That might change it. Beautiful. And then stay here. Second round here, hands behind your head. Float that left foot just slightly off the floor and then let's go. Left elbow, right knee, tap and swap, tap and swap, tap and swap, tap and swap. Yes, remember exhaling out whenever we crunch up. Let's go. We're almost there. Last 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Well done. Knees into your chest and then rock yourself up again. Coming either over those crossed legs or any other way to come into a downward facing dog. Whew. Ripple forward, come into high plank, stay in your high plank and then just give those hip flexors a nice stretch by dropping those hips down towards the wrist and lengthening along the frontal line. From a strong core and charged legs, press yourself back up again into downward facing dog. It's your left leg this time that rises up. Inhale, curl your left knee into your chest, come all the way through. Beautiful. Find your crescent lunge from here. Just going to fix my little palm tree on my head. I'm inspired by the island life. Inhale, exhale, bending into that right knee and pulling into the left heel to tap it down. Come up, straighten both of your legs, and then let's go again. Up. You're doing so great. If you're still there, let me tell you, you're a bloody machine. You're awesome. You made it to the end. We just have to finish this here with another 2 reps. You can be so proud of yourself. You did something for yourself. You did something good for yourself. And that's really all that counts and matters. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful scenery. I did. I think I'm going to go for a little ocean dip now. I hope you can do something similar. Keep on treating yourself with all the goods. Thanks so much for joining. See you soon again. Bye bye. Bula.